Well, good morning, everybody. It is lovely to be with you this morning. I have to say, at 10 to 10, when there were about 15 people in the room, I was a little bit unsure and thought that we might need quite a few adults to help with the game this morning as well. But we're looking okay. Can I invite you, if you are a child or consider yourself childlike, to come forward and sit somewhere here, because I do need help this morning. Children at the back, I think the activity's gone out fairly early because I need your help first. So can I invite you to come forward? You will have time afterwards to go and continue with the wonderful fun. Elia is here. Thank you very much. Well done. Do come and sit forward because I do need help this morning. We're going to play a game. We're going to do some listening. And I need various help. Otherwise, the grown-ups are going to be doing some very interesting things, squeezing into some small outfits and such. Thank you so much. This is wonderful. Just a few more, I'll let you come forward. Grown-ups, you are also very welcome. Winston, you are welcome. It's never too early to come and join in a talk if you would like to. But you are very welcome to stay up there as well, Winston, I understand. If not, lovely. Well, today is all about being prepared. We are going to be looking over the summer Sundays at a theme, which I think the slides that can come up, the first one, the theme of the summer is Rise and Shine. And today is all about being prepared. And I've been given a verse that's quite ironic for me, really. It's in Proverbs 31, verse 15. And I'm going to, here it is. She gets up while it's still night to prepare for the day. Now, my husband will laugh at this because I think I'm allergic to mornings. I cannot wake up. I've tried to wake up early and I can't. So the notion of me waking up while it is still night is a little bit bizarre. But I wondered, it got me thinking, what is the earliest time any of you have ever woken up for your day? I reckon we've got some records here. Joa, what's your earliest time?
When I get out of bed, normally 6.
Okay, we've got 6 o'clock in the morning. Has anyone woken up earlier than that?
Once I woke up at 4 o'clock.
Yes, I can attest to that. Elia has woken up at 4 o'clock in the morning and remained awake for the rest of the day. That was a fun day. Jonathan, when have you woken up? 1:28. I can also attest to that. That was his birthday. That was also a really lovely day. The birthday was fun, but the lack of sleep, not so much. Anyone else? Is it just my children who are very early risers? PJ? I remember once having to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yes, that's slightly more. It's not quite as bad as 1:28. I think waking up in the middle of the night to prepare for the day is admirable, I have to say. It's a lovely idea, but it's not one that I'm particularly good at. So today we are going to think about how we get prepared, okay? And we're going to start off by playing a game. Now, can anyone down here suggest to me, when you get up in the morning and you're getting ready for your day, what might you need to do to get ready for the day? Any ideas? Any thoughts? What are some of the things you do? Yes. Wear some clothes. It is advisable. Yes, so we need to wear some clothes. And I'm so glad you said that because that is exactly what our game is today. Because we do all need to wear clothes. I'm glad that everyone got that memo this morning. Thank you very much. But some professions need to wear particular clothes. And so this morning we are going to think about 4 different types of people for our game who might need to prepare in special clothing. And I'm going to need 4 volunteers to help me because we're going to have a little bit of dressing up. And this is why I'm glad we've got children and not grown-ups because, well, who knows? Maybe children love dressing up too. Hard to say. So we need 4 people to come and dress up. Would you like to come up and stand here? What's your name? Alice. We've got Alice here. Joa, do you want to come up as well? Yes, do you want to come up? What's your name? Melanie, do you want to come and stand up here? And finally, the hand's gone, Elia, do you want to come and stand up? And the 4 roles that we are going to have this morning, I'm just working out which one to go for. We are going to have, Alice, would you like to dress up as a school pupil? I think I might have them in the wrong order. Melanie, would you like to be a doctor? Would that be okay? I've borrowed some outfits from some people in the church. Thank you very much for those people. Joa, would you like to be a manual worker? Thank you very much. And Elia is going to be a business person. Now, to help me with this, the piece of paper to guide you, around the church, boys and girls and adults, don't want to limit your creativity, around the church there are 12 items of clothing hidden. Okay, now I didn't do the hiding and I have no idea how well they've been hidden. So this could become one of the hardest treasure hunts of all time. I don't know, but we'll find out. So around the church there are 12 items of clothing that relate to one of these professions. Now my challenge for you, and we might need some grown-up help in this, is to go and find those 12 items of clothing. These 4, you're going to stay here. And when you find that item of clothing, you're going to bring it to the person you think it relates to, and we're going to get them dressed, ready for their day of work. Okay? Does that sound possible? Can I just ask that we don't sprint up the stairs or down the stairs? We don't want any injuries or accidents today. I am first aid trained, but I wouldn't like to use it while I'm talking. Okay. I think we've got some music. Ready, steady, go! If you look down those stairs, you'll find something. Ooh, very nice. You can take off your jumper. Oh, we've got a couple of items of clothing here already. Very nice. Oh, a tie. I wonder who needs the tie. Apparently, it does need to be a full Windsor on the tie. If anyone can come and help that, we might appreciate it. If anyone knows how to do a full Windsor, please could we have your assistance? Oh, I think, who are you? Oh, you don't need the doctor. This is for you. You need to put this on first. We could do with some help for the tie. Apparently, I don't know how to do a full Windsor. But if anyone does, here we go. Joe Sargent's all over it. Oh, yeah, you need to put that on all the t-shirts. You want to put that under the jumper. So maybe whip the jumper off and stick that on. And then...
I'm under my hoodie.
That's okay. If you sit that over your hoodie, it should fit because it's a big size.
Yeah.
That is for the business person.
I never
You look spectacular.
thought all that would be wearing my dad's clothes.
I think we're doing fairly well here. Oh, those trousers are actually the school trousers.
Oh, they're school
So we have the school, Elliot,
I've done the knot. I'll let her finish off.
those are the trousers for you, and there's your jumper. Excellent. I think we're doing quite well getting dressed here. I'm very glad of the adult help. Thank you very much.
We found everything.
I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we are a pair of scrub trousers missing. If you have Ruth Margaret's scrub trousers, note they're the suit trousers. If you have some scrub pink trousers, Ruth Margaret's would appreciate it if I can return it in one piece. So keep looking. Pardon? Those trousers are Ellie's, but we need the pink trousers. Don't worry too much. Well done.
School person.
You just need to get your, no, you're the business person.
Oh yeah, a business person.
You are a doctor. Very exciting. Now, you need to put those on over the top. You might want to sit down to do it. Yes. Excellent. Well done. We need those for the doctor. Melanie's going to look ready to practice. If anyone has any medical emergencies, we know where to go. This is beautiful. Yes, shoes off might be wise. Joa looks excellent. Let's give him a round of applause for being dressed. Oh, well done. Oh, they're a bit tight, aren't they? There you go. I think these might be a bit oversized, actually. Who'd have thought it? I think they all look very smart. So I think, yes, I think we might be there. Well done, everybody. Don't worry about doing trousers up that will just fall straight down again. They're wonderful. Excellent. Lovely. Don't they look wonderful? So we've got a school pupil who goes to the King's School. We've got a manual worker in Joa. You look stunning. We've got Melanie dressed up as a doctor in scrubs. And we've got a business person wearing a very tidy and smart suit. Let's give them all a round of applause. Take it all off and just leave it where you're stood. So just take it all off. We're going to take it all off and just leave it in piles, I think is the easiest thing. Wonderful. Oh, you even had a tiara. The doctor had a tiara. I think that's very appropriate. It's like a crown, one for heroes to wear. Well done, everybody. You can slide the tie. That's it. Slide the tie. There we go. Wonderful. Well, there we go. We have got prepared for our day. These 4 are ready for their first day in the workplace. It's they're going to have a wonderful day doing various things. Thank you very much all for your help. Just leave them in a pile. Sorry for those of you who've had to remove shoes. This wasn't the easiest of tasks, but well done. Thank you very much. Well done. Do you want to come and sit back down when you've managed it? Well done. Thank you very much, and well done to all of those of you who helped with hide and seek or the treasure hunt. That was wonderful help, and for those of you who've found the rather more tricky things, thank you very much. So, we are going to read a story about someone in the Bible who prepared in a slightly different way. It wasn't about getting dressed and finding clothes hidden around the place. We're looking at the story of Noah. Now, Noah was asked by God to build a large boat for something. And I'm going to read the story to you, okay? And then we're going to have 2 points to say about it, okay? So that's it. So here's the story of Noah. Time passed and many people filled the earth. Everyone everywhere had forgotten about God and were only doing bad things all the time. God's heart was filled with pain when he saw what had happened to the world he loved. Everywhere was disease and death and destruction, all the things God hates most. Now, Noah was God's friend, which was odd in those days because no one else was. Noah listened to God. He talked to God. He just loved being with God like you do with your best friend. Noah, God said, things have gone wrong. People have filled my world with hate instead of love. They're destroying themselves and each other and my world. I must stop this. First, we'll build an ark. Build a large boat from cypress wood and waterproof it with tar inside and out. Then construct decks and stalls through the middle. Make the boat 450 feet long, 75 feet wide and 45 feet high. Leave an 18-inch opening below the roof all the way around the boat. Put the door on the side and build 3 decks inside the boat. A storm is coming, God said to Noah, but I will rescue you, I promise. I'll send the animals to you, ones that creep and crawl and slither and slime and gallop and hop and bound and climb. And don't forget to pack everyone's food. The storm was going to wash away all the hate and sadness and everything that had gone wrong and make the world clean again. God had thought up a way to keep Noah safe, but Noah would have to trust God and do exactly what God told him. So Noah built an ark. So there we go. So that's how Noah prepared. He built an ark, and he also packed food for all the animals, which I think must have been quite a big feat. So our question today is, how do we prepare? How can we get ready for what God might be saying to us? However old we are, God chats to us, he talks to us, and he loves to share things with us. And so our question is, how do we prepare for that? And how do we prepare for what he's telling us to do? So there are two things that I came up with from this story, and I need two helpers, one now and one in a little bit, to hold up a picture. Oh, they're all going to fall out, to represent what it is that God tells us to do. So would someone mind holding up a picture of an ear? Maybe someone who didn't dress up. Would you like to come up? Do you want to hold up my picture of an ear, or are you just stretching? Just stretching, I think. It's been a long day. Lois, would you like to come and hold my ear? Because the first thing that we can do to prepare is to listen. Now, we are told in the story, that's wonderful, Lois, thank you. We are told that Noah was good friends with God, and he loved to talk to him and spend time with him. And when we spend lots of time with someone, we get to know what they sound like. Now, I remember when I was little, I'd be lying in my bed upstairs, and maybe some of my parents' friends had come round, and I knew my granddad's voice really well, because I'd spent lots of time with him, and I'd be lying in bed, and I could always hear when my granddad was talking, because I knew his voice so well. And it's like that when we spend time with God. When we read our Bible, when we pray, we learn to hear God's voice. And we know what he's saying, so then we can obey that. And so the first thing that we can do is to listen to God. And that's exactly what Noah did. The Bible says that God spoke to Noah, told him to build an ark, and that is what he went to do. He obeyed that. And some of us, maybe some of the grown-ups more, will have heard at the moment about the quiet revival and this return to church or coming to church of many people, particularly in younger generations. And God is speaking to us as a church. He's speaking to us as a country, and he's telling us to prepare. And there may be some things, I'm sure there are some things that individually we are hearing as well from God. But as a church, we are hearing God's invitation to prepare a place for people to come through our hubs, through our homes, through our Alpha courses, through Warm Space, through many different things. God is speaking to us and inviting us to prepare. So my first point this morning, my first thought from this story of how we prepare is that we need to listen. Are you okay holding that? You happy to keep holding it for one more bit? Thank you. The second thing that we can do, is there someone else who could hold this one? Anyone who's feeling strong could hold up a piece of paper. Yes, would you like to come? Melody, you've already done something. Can I invite this boy in the green t-shirt? What's your name? Logan, would you come and stand next to Lois for me? The second thing that's in the story is to trust God. Now, we know, I think you want to hold it this way up. There we go. It's a little child's hand in a parent's hand, and the word trust. Now, it is a great relief to me. It stands out to me in this story that God knew all the details. He knew even down to the type of wood to use. It wasn't like go and build an ark, off you go. He told him to use cypress wood. He told them the exact measurements to build the ark. He told them how many floors to have inside the boat, to have stalls in it. God knew the details. And Noah listened and he followed that instruction, but it was God who knew what was going on. God knew all the details. And that's really reassuring to me, because it means that I don't have to be worried about being in control and holding it all together, because God has got it. God is in control and he knows the details. And I can trust that by choosing to not think about all the things that I need to do and saying, God, I'm going to trust that the one thing you've told me for right now is what I need to do. So that is our second thing. And I was thinking about, God, when have I trusted you with a small part of a bigger picture? And I remember about 5 years ago when COVID was coming and lockdowns were about to start. And I was saying to God, God, how do I pray for this? Because it feels so big. How do I pray for this? And I felt God say really clearly, pray for a change in the weather. Now, that made no sense to me because that did not get rid of this virus that was going around and causing people lots of illness and harm. But God said, pray for a change in the weather. And we did. I brought that on a Sunday morning. We prayed as a church. We stood together and prayed for a change in the weather. And do you know, that whole first lockdown, the weather was amazing. And everybody could be outside in their gardens. Everybody could go to the parks and get fresh air. And it was really hard in other ways because we couldn't see our friends. We couldn't go to school. We couldn't go to work. Couldn't get what we needed in the shops. It was stressful maybe. It was really tricky. But that little detail of being able to get outside, which is good for our mental health, it's good for our well-being. God knew the details, and that was the bit he gave me and us to do. So I find it really reassuring that sometimes when I look at the whole thing, don't know if you ever find this, when you look at the whole thing, it feels a bit, oh my goodness, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do. But actually when we say to God, what one thing or what little thing are you giving me to do? That's where he talks to us and where we listen. So those are our two things from this story of Noah for how Noah prepared. Number one, Lois, you want to hold it up high? He listened to God and he heard what God said and he obeyed that. And the second thing, Logan, would you hold yours up now? The second thing is that he trusted God. We can trust God with the details because God is in control. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Can we give them a round of applause? You can go and sit down. Thank you very much. Well done. And so there's my recap. Ooh, I'll leave that there. There's my recap up there of those two things that we can do. Now, my final thought was that I find it really interesting that Noah's responsibility was to build a place and provide food. His role was basically hospitality. And as I prepared this, it just struck me, hospitality means to provide a place to welcome others into and to give a space for them to feel comfortable, to feel welcome. It's all about welcoming. And I'm sure that many of you with your friends at school are really good at welcoming people. And maybe into our homes, maybe we're involved in a hub or a small group that we can invite people into, or an alpha course or warm space. But it just made me think, I wonder how we as individuals and as a church can be preparing hospitality. It was God that did everything else. He was the one who brought the animals, which in our case is more likely to be people than animals, though bringing the donkeys, I'm willing. But God did the rest. Our part was hospitality and welcoming. So, we are going to return to a bit of worship. That wonderful boat activity that you were all beginning at the start is going to return. And so the children, I think you're going to be building boats, just like Noah did. Rather than getting dressed, you're going to be building some boats. I'm going to invite the worship team back up the front. And we're just going to have a little bit of time to respond. And maybe there's something in that just stands out to you that you think, I needed to hear that this morning, or that's a good reminder. And I would invite you to spend some time thinking, praying, ask God to help you, saying, God, I don't know where to start, but would you just help me? And if you would like to do that with someone, I'm sure there are members of the prayer team around that would love to pray with you. Or if you prayed the prayer that Theo prayed at the end of worship for the first time, or first time in a long time, then please do come and chat to someone and get prayer as well. So can I invite a little bit of movement from all of us? Children, do you want to stand up and head to behind the tables? There is going to be some craft for you to do. And adults, can I invite you to come back down, because it's rather lonely down here, and it's lovely when we have people down here so that if people want prayer, it doesn't feel like a big open space. So grown-ups, can I invite you to come back down and to fill the space? That's wonderful. Thank you so much. And I'm going to pray for us as we move back into a little time of worship this morning, that God would be with us. Father, thank you for your goodness to us. Thank you that you are with us and that you love to talk to us. Please would you speak to us about your plans, about what's on your heart for us. Would you give us the ears to hear? Would you help us to hear from you, to know what you're saying to us, Lord? Thank you for your goodness. Amen.